Good morning. It is 5 a.m. Thursday here in Manila. I'm Raine Musngi with your first look at the news. Congress ratifies the Reproductive Health Bill Wednesday. After more than a decade in the legislature, RH proponents are confident the bill will be able to stand any legal challenge when it becomes law, though even the bill's critics find its final version acceptable. An economist says the reproductive health bill could put an early end to the Philippines' demographic sweet spot the country hopes to begin enjoying by 2015. Bernardo Villaga says instead of giving contraceptives for free, the government should have raised its budget for conditional cash transfer programs. President Aquino signs next year's national budget with bulk of it going to social services. The palace notes the president has no plans to certify the Freedom of Information bill as urgent and that the divorce bill is not on the radar of the chief executive. The governor of Cebu clings to her post despite being suspended over an administrative case filed against her 2 years ago. Garcia and the United Nationalist Alliance call the suspension order a power grab, saying the government has a hidden agenda in suspending the Cebu governor, an allegation the Interior and local government denies. She plans to question the 6-month penalty before the courts. Moving on, the World Bank raises the Philippines' economic growth forecast for 2013 to 6.2%, up from its outlook of 5% last October. The Philippines' outlook this year was also raised from 5% to 6%. This is the third time the country's growth projection was raised this year. Philippine shares enjoyed their biggest one-day gain in 9 months. The main index rose over 2%, boosted by the World Bank's bullish outlook on the Philippines. The positive outlook of Moody's Investor Service and the rising optimism the United States will do enough to hurdle the so-called fiscal cliff also pushed stocks up. Companies in the Philippines are among Asia's most optimistic despite lingering global economic uncertainties. A Reuters survey of businesses in 11 Asian economies shows business sentiment in the fourth quarter was highest in the Philippines, Indonesia, India, and Malaysia. All Asian markets are up. The regional benchmark MSCI Asia Pacific at its highest level since August last year. Boosting sentiment, optimism, the U.S. Congress is getting close to a budget deal to keep the world's largest economy on a growth path while cutting down its budget deficit and debt. World shares rise to a 17-month high Wednesday as hopes grew for a year-end budget deal in the U.S. and the economic outlook for Germany improved. But Wall Street faltered after a 2-day rally, sensed that American politicians were getting closer to an agreement, but not enough to push the broad U.S. equity market higher. In Europe, top company shares scaled fresh 18-month highs on expectations the U.S. fiscal debacle will be averted. Agriculture due to Typhoon Pablo reaches 9 billion pesos in Compostela Valley, with the banana industry taking the biggest hit. Many typhoon survivors are enduring long hours of walking to get relief goods. 2 have died in Katiil, Davao Oriental due to diarrhea, while over 300 others are experiencing similar symptoms. Overseas, the daughter of a former military strongman wins South Korea's presidential election Wednesday. She will become the country's first female leader. United States President Barack Obama asks Vice President and known gun advocate Joe Biden to develop ways to prevent another tragedy like Newtown shooting and find solutions to gun violence by January. In sports, Nonito Donaire is back in Manila after his knockout victory against Mexican fighter Jorge Arce in Houston, Texas. He admits to feeling added pressure for victory after the loss of fighting Congressman Manny Pacquiao. Donaire also says he's flattered to be considered Fighter of the Year. Filipinos from all over will support Miss Philippines Janine Togonon as she battled candidates from all over the world in the 2012 Miss Universe pageant in Las Vegas being held today. Don't forget, let's all watch the Miss Universe pageant, which will air on ABS-CBN Channel 2 at 9 a.m. today. That was your first look at the top stories this Thursday, the 20th of December 2012. I'm Raine Musngi. Thank you for staying ahead with ANC.